the party stands now. We're going to look at the power, the chaos, and the future of America. Where's that MAGA GOP party going? In which direction? So we want to dive deep into that. Hey, Ace Boogie. Hey, Crystal. So Broker J3 and I are going to take a deep dive into MAGA's GOP in turmoil, because that's exactly what it is. It's spiraling downhill right now. There's resignations, there's a lot of scandal, and there's a lot of chaos. It's like it's something every single day, guys. We're going to discuss Marjorie Taylor Greene stepping down. Yes, she did step down. Mass GOP fallout, the violent attack on Republican Mark Kelly, those threats to him and the other ex-military people, and the political earthquake after Judge Tanya Chutkan's ordered expedited the freedom of that act processing for the Epstein files. That actually happened today. We're going to unpack that impeachment plan, which they've been talking about. It's been presented on the floor. Military concerns, the weakening of GOP power, and the December deadline, guys, for the release of the unclassified files. Real talk, guys, that you don't want to miss.
All right, guys. What's up, fam? Broker J3 here. You know, your boy, your uncle, you know, that guy. And of course, I'm in the building.
Okay, guys. So, hello, everyone, again. Welcome to another episode of JB Live. I am your girl, your favorite auntie. Thank you guys for joining us. Dr. B, that's who I am.
All right, guys. Real quick, if you're watching on YouTube, guys, make sure you tap the screen.
Yes.
If you go live, TikTok, make sure you guys are tapping the screen. Real quick, if you guys have a quick moment, make sure you click the link, the YouTube link in the bio, and make sure you guys subscribe. We're trying to get to our 5,000 subscriber real quick. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you can follow. And also make sure you drop a comment, whether it be in today's live, or if you have a chance to when we're not live, just drop a comment in one of our podcasts. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or, you know, iHeartRadio, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast, tell a friend and share this episode, okay?
Okay, guys. So shout out to all of our listeners. I see Jay Howard. I see you, Daniel. David Spakes, I see you as well. Jay Charming. Thank everyone for being a part of the JB family. We appreciate you guys, and we appreciate your support.
Always, guys. We always appreciate your support. All right, guys. Let's jump in tonight. We're diving again, as Dot B said, into Trump's MAGA GOP. You know, where the party stands right now, and what we've been seeing so far is chasing power, chaos. And we're all wondering, what is the future of America? And trust me, we're going to get into it all.
Okay, guys. So we're talking about resignations this evening, attacks, DOJ chaos. It's just like every single day is something. And those Epstein files. Buckle up. This is going to be wild, guys. Yes, it is.
All right, guys, as we get ready to get started, make sure you guys drop your city in the comments. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in live. We see you on our multiple platforms. We thank you for joining us. So make sure you guys drop your cities in the chat so we know where you guys are hailing from.
Okay, someone says GOP is split over two issues. Let us know what those two issues are. I think this is maybe more than two by the end of the week. So, guys, thank you again for joining us. So, and if you're watching later, say for instance you decide to pick this up a little bit later on, still leave your comments. They still matter to us. You can tap the screen, you can like, send us some hearts, let us know that you're here. Drop that city in the comment as well. You can send gifts, and you can share in this conversation. We love hearing from you guys. So thank you.
And welcome, CEO Fly Chica. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
And also, guys, remember, as we go live, no matter what platform you're on, we recommend that you guys always follow our top gifters. Not only do you guys come here to get the good from us, but we also want to help you guys expand your platform as well. So make sure you guys always follow our top gifters. They will follow you back. And as always, JMB Live Podcast, we follow all of our followers, no matter who they are.
Yeah, okay. So I saw the comment was Israel and Epstein's are the two-party divides, but there are some other things that are going on as well. They may not be as significant as those two, but there are other divides as well.
Yeah, they're having some real issues in that party right now.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead. Let's get into it. Let's talk about. The MAGA is bleeding power right now, and you're gonna see why right here and right now. Let's get into the MAGA GOP is in turmoil. Okay, let's start with the big picture. Okay, the MAGA GOP isn't the unstoppable wave that it used to be. Resignations are hitting hard, and it's not just Marjorie Taylor Greene. You guys are gonna see. First up, Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's stepping down January 5th next year.
Yeah, and she is from the red state of...
Well, purple.
Oh, purple. Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh.
Georgia is purple.
Okay, well, I thought it was still red, but the purple state of Georgia. And she's actually from Rome, Georgia, and they were interviewing a lot of people today. The majority of the people said they hate to see her go, but there were one or two that said they're glad she's gone. So it's kind of mixed reviews as far as that is concerned. So Greene's resignation is like a lightning bolt because they did not expect for her feelings to get hurt so quickly. In other words, the Democrats have been enduring that type of speech from Trump for years, and they didn't just run and resign. They stood the test of time, but it did hit hard. It's a signal that the movement is cracking, in my opinion, before her to just say, hey, I don't have to put up with this. I'm just going to resign.
Exactly. So that's a green light for Greene, y'all. But now the green light is fading. All right. So imagine if you was a MAGA supporter, and we do have MAGA supporters that actually watch our show. Sometimes they could critique or sometimes they troll. So either way, it may be some here today. So imagine if you are one of those MAGA supporters who donated, volunteered, or even ran locally. Greene resigns. Are you shocked, relieved, or frustrated? Drop it in the comments and let us know.
Okay, guys. So tell us what you do if you were in their shoes. In other words, I would like to know, would you have let him force you out because he no longer support you? Would you have just say, well, hey, I'm going to resign? Or how do you feel being a MAGA supporter and one of your biggest supporters is decided that she doesn't want to be a congresswoman anymore? How do you feel about that?
Plug a coin said she made 25 to 30 million. So
she made more than that because she had heads up on which stocks and bonds to buy. So she had a little bit more heads up.
So she's definitely good. Oh Lord, M2M ethic, Bernie Mac. We don't went there again.
And we got Screwy says you guys are the best. Thank you for that compliment. He's been.
They don't call me some of everything, so it's all good. I'll take it. Bernie Mac was one of the greatest.
Yes.
So I'll take it. I am a tall dog, handsome brother, so I'll take that. Thank you so much. Shout out to everybody that's in Georgia, Texas, and Florida that are tuning in. We see you guys. We appreciate it so much. Thank you for joining us. Oh, I see Louisiana's in the house. Appreciate it. We always get New Orleans up in the house.
And you know what? Now, who was that? Plug Station just said.
Point.
It's Plug. I think it's Plug Station.
Plug.
Said that she was being threatened. And you know what? You are correct. And that may have been the reason why she resigned, because she was concerned about her family's safety. And I know she does have I know she has adult children, but I think she has some younger children as well. So I do understand that completely. And that may have been the main reason. Thank you, Chica. The main reason she decided to resign, because she was considering her family's safety.
Yeah.
And her own safety as well.
What's really crazy about this, guys, the country is so torn up right now. It seemed like when Trump is in office, he tries to divide us as a nation. It should not matter whether you black, white, Democrat, or Republican. We are still one nation. And it's sad when you have assassination attempts on Democratic seniors. We actually had one of them that actually was unalive, and then we had one that was shot at, but they wasn't hurt. And it's happening all over. You know, even though I'm not crazy about Charlie Kirk, nobody should be killed or whatnot because he was a known racist. You know, the fact is, it's just ridiculous that this is happening, and it's okay, especially when you got your own president calling for the death hanging of U.S. senators. This is totally outrageous.
Okay, guys. So shout out as well to our online family that's in New York, California, Alabama, and I think we had someone else from another state online. However, we see you guys and we appreciate your support. So thank you. Okay. So now we're going to talk about the mass GOP resignations and the internal chaos within the GOP party.
Exactly. And again, like I said, it's not just Greene. Several GOPs may be resigning. You know, when a party loses a large number of members, that's more than politics, guys. You know what that is? That's crisis.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So some leave out of fear. And you know, the person alluded to that as far as Marjorie Taylor Greene. Some for ideology. Some because it's the writing on the wall. He's losing power. And some fear that he may become what's called a lame duck and may affect them because they are associating him with being a pedophile because he's protecting those Epstein files. And they feel like he would harm them if they come up for re-election. So the writing's on the wall. The ship might be sinking, guys.
Yeah, heaven and hell say he's making it hard for people to get their visas if they have health conditions. He's making it hard for them to get their visas. You know, I've never seen this before. As old as I am, you know, I've never seen nothing like this in my life. This is probably one of the scariest things, you know, to be where I am right now in my life, to see things like reversing back to the 50s and 60s, something that we thought we done got past. It seemed like it's coming back. They always tell you, never forget where you come from, or you won't know where you're going. And it's funny to say that because there's much stuff that they're trying to erase from the African American history. Is crazy because you see a lot of that returning right now. It's almost ridiculous. So, audience, let's get into this quick scenario from one of our subscribers. Imagine you as a state legislator seeing your colleagues resign. Do you stay or do you jump ship with them? I want you guys to comment below and let us know what you guys think.
Yeah, let me know, guys, if you would jump ship. Thank you, Chica. Again, we appreciate those gifts. We'll keep them coming, guys.
Make sure you follow our top gifters, guys.
We also had someone else that was giving.
Make sure you go to that top list and you click on that and you follow our top gifters. Go all the way down and follow them, okay?
Okay, so Heaven and Hell said we need to still black out the system. Don't shop at Walmart. So I think there's another list of names that we want to boycott. I know Jamal Bryant was on, I think it was last week, talking about making another list of some of the companies that we should boycott. And I agree with you because we have to let our voices be heard, even if it comes to the dollar. We have to do that because we put too much money in this economy to not have a say-so.
Exactly. He said he's a state representative. Okay. What state are you in? Let us know. Uncle Mo, appreciate it. Thank you for the gift. He said he would jump ship so quick. I think I probably would, Uncle Mo. I would do the same thing. I would definitely jump ship. Because right now it looks like it's a sinking ship, and a lot of those dedicated followers of Trump, and even some of those MAGA, you know, they're realizing right now that they're following a lost cause. You know, it seems like somebody else is pulling the strings instead of Trump. I'm just being honest.
Ooh, we got somebody. E-Man 258 said he's moving to Thailand in 6 months. E-Man, I feel you because that's one of the places that I would love to visit. But a lot of people have decided to move abroad. Some said they're just moving abroad until he gets out of office because of the way that the economy is. Some for various other reasons, but just share with us anything that you're thinking, guys. Share with us because someone may be feeling that exact same way.
Yeah, and plugs, if you can, do me a favor in the messages. Send us your information to your commentary channel. Me and Dot B would love to follow you as well.
Yes, we would.
So make sure you do that. Put it if you want to put it in the chat for other followers, you can. But make sure you put in the messages so that way we can make sure that we get it later on. Okay?
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
And I agree, they don't play in Thailand, and it is beautiful, and it's much cheaper to live, and you don't have to be worried about some of this drama that's going on in the United States. And then, guys, just think about it. I think about how it used to be. You know, you didn't have all of this drama in the news every single day when Biden was in office, nor when Obama was in office.
Yeah, but you know what? And I'm gonna be the devil's advocate for a minute here. Again, it doesn't matter what party, because all presidents and their administrations have made a lot of errors, issues,
that's true,
and things that a lot of people did not like, and we get that. But things like that are gonna happen. Nobody's perfect, But what's happening right now? We saw that during his first term. The only difference is he got smarter since his first term, because before he had people that was in his administration that did not back everything that he did.
And they challenged
this time, he made sure he only put people that was loyal to him and would do anything he says and would not question it.
He put in office people, the higher minimum wage jobs, to not robots taking the job. And we just learned that with Amazon recent layoffs, and more layoffs will be coming because they are replacing a lot of jobs with AI and robots. That's
especially some of the big box grocery stores like Walmart and Target, Sam's. They're not even using people anymore. And you guys already see, I feel sorry for a lot of the Uber and Flex drivers. I've been telling people for years, when Tesla contracted with Uber, that's why you guys see a lot of Uber drivers are driving Teslas. What happened is Tesla contracted with Uber to let the Uber drivers rent those Teslas. So what they're doing is, remember when Tesla first came out, they had a few incidences and accidents because what they did was they had AI that didn't have human interaction. So that now they got all these Uber drivers driving the Teslas, giving those Teslas that human interaction. So soon they won't need human beings anymore. You see a lot of them in some of the like San Francisco and a few other cities where Uber pays work. And soon they're not going to need Uber drivers because the car is going to be driving completely themselves. It's happening.
And that's what's happening, guys. And someone commented, just in case you didn't see that Uber pays more if you are driving Tesla. And so, it's just that's that incentive to eventually replace those drivers with just the cars that don't need drivers. You know what I'm saying? So it's coming, guys.
Yeah, and Jelly says, so how will they be able to take care of themselves with that job? You look, a few months ago, Elon Musk did some kind of something, I can't remember what country he was in, where they did some kind of seminar. And he said in a few years, AI and robots are going to be doing 80% of the jobs in the country. So a lot of people are going to have to get used to doing something else because they won't have jobs. This is coming, guys. I mean, it's like Terminator without killing us, but it's coming.
Okay, guys. So someone says they're going to try to make us get the mark. I'm not sure what you
mean. The mark of the beast.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Well, they're working it slowly, to be honest, because think about it. A lot of places are not even pushing cash anymore. They want you to have a card. Even people, the poor people, now have a card they can use, even if it's prepaid. Soon they're going to leave the card and they're going to start going with the chip. Just get the chip. Everybody already used their phone already. They don't even carry their wallets. You can use your ID with your phone. You can pay from your phone or your iWatch or Samsung watch or whatever. So they're getting to that point soon. But when they start chipping you, that's when it's going to get real.
Yes, it is, guys. So stay tuned to that because that is going to get interesting, guys.
All right. Big shout out, Doc B. Give shout out to some of our people.
Yes,
they are in the building today.
They are. We've got Leroy Henry. We've got Sky God. We've got Mitch Jones. We've got Jeezy. We've got Roll King 33. So thank you guys for joining us. And keep those comments coming. You guys are on it tonight. So
now guys, please keep in mind we are on multiple platforms. So if we don't see your comment, please don't think that we're overlooking you.
Yeah.
We will do our best to get to you. Now, I will say, when you send those gifts, they pop up on the screen, so it's easier for us to recognize you. But we understand everybody can't send the gifts, so don't feel bad about that.
Yeah.
But just know that we're on multiple platforms, so we may miss your comment, but we will see it later on when we review the content.
So keep those comments coming, and thank you guys for sharing. I got a couple people say that they're shared our live, so that's wonderful. Go ahead and hit like, share it with someone that may needs to hear this information, and go ahead and add a couple of hearts in the comment section because we want to be able to see you guys. So thank you for joining us.
That's right, CEO Fly. Chica, God will protect us.
Yes, he will.
So if you want,
at the end of the day, I said it earlier, at the end of the day, he has the final word.
Yeah. Now to our grassroots that's out there still fighting, we see you guys and we'll appreciate it.
And to our older listeners, keep us accountable. Thank you guys for making us who we are. Thank you. And keep those gifts coming. Keep those comments coming.
And always remember to follow our top gifters. Okay, guys, let's get to it. Attack on the representatives, Mark Kelly, and the political violence. Let's get into that. Now, the dark side is the violent attack on Representative Mark Kelly. Politics turning violent is just straight terrifying. We should never threaten any of our representatives, whether it's the Senate or the House at all. We should never do that. Just because politically you don't agree with somebody, there's no reason to attack them.
Yeah, and so what happened is, I don't know if you guys seen it, but 6 Democratic representatives, they did videos to the military. They did this because of
ex-military and secret service, and I think one of them was a CIA.
But they did a video telling them that they're not supposed to perform unlawful acts. They don't care who it's coming from. And so when they did that video, Trump became very angry, and he said that what they were doing, he accused them of treason or sedition.
Yeah, and they actually switched up what they said. They said you don't have to follow unlawful orders, meaning that if the president tell you go kill that person over there, basically, or unalive them, basically, you're not supposed to do that. If you don't feel comfortable following that order and you know it doesn't follow the Constitution, you can say no.
Yeah, and one example of that is bombing those ships that is it the Mediterranean?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. You haven't even verified whether you know for a fact there's drugs or anything. He was like, oh, they was bringing fentanyl. How do you know? You blow up the ship. You can't. That's what the Coast Guard for. Send the Coast Guard. You're following them with the drone. Send the Coast Guard. Let them find out whether they first of all are actually even bringing anything to the United States. They could have just been tourists.
Yeah, that's true. But the key to this is, since they spoke out, he's accused them of sedition. So now treason. They're going to be investigating Mark Kelly. They're starting with him. I'm assuming they're going to go to the other 5 as well. So this is politics turning violence is terrifying, because I'm saying to myself, this man is a decorated military person, and he's a astronaut. So, and then for them to even say investigating him in a sentence is it's crazy. It really is.
Yeah, you're right. Placian, he has bypassed that by running them as terrorists, and it's crazy. But he's gonna like Heaven and Hell say, he's gonna find out that China's not playing.
Oh yeah.
You're right. China, Russia, them boys ain't playing, and you see he ain't making no comments about North Korea. Because them boys, them some serious dictators. They don't care. And China already done made threats to the U.S. If Trump think he want to jump. They'll show him how high they'll jump, because they already said they got missiles that'll come over here that can't be intercepted.
He's not messing with them.
No, he ain't messing with them at all.
Okay, guys, so don't forget about the rhetorical violence, intimidation, which he's known for, the different threats. As believers, we have to ask, where do we draw the line? It just thinks that he can do whatever he wants to do. It's crazy that he thinks he can do that. So when the punchline turns to punches, democracy itself is under fire. And that's why so many people are fighting back. They're tired of it. So now they're fighting back. And I am so glad, especially the Democrats, I'm finally so glad that they're willing to stand up and fight back, because that's what it's going to take.
Yeah, you're right, heaven or hell. Our farmers are already hurting because China turned down, buying the soybeans from them. Now, this is one of the things that I've been screaming for the last month because it's ridiculous, especially during the shutdown. And they was talking about not paying the people that SNAP benefits, feeding the hungry kid. They already don't want to deal with the health subsidies. People's insurance are already going up. Mine actually went up. It's actually ridiculous. You want to give a $40 billion bailout to Argentina. Now, what Argentina did was they lowered their prices and allowed China to buy soybeans from them. And China has not bought one soybean from none of the farmers here in the U.S. Now, the farmers, they said they don't want a bailout. They want to be able to sell their stuff. So why would you give $40 billion to Argentina to undercut our own farmers, but yet you don't even want to help the American people, but you keep saying America first, or you want to talk about somebody with treason, but you're trying to do everything in your power to hurt the people. Even when when the judge said no, send the people all of their SNAP benefits. This president had DOJ go in there and put in an appeal to not give the American people their benefits, and they had the money for it. Yeah. They had the money. Yeah. If you could give $40 billion to another country, but you don't want to help your own people, this is madness,
the money was
chaos, and foolishness.
Yes, it was. The money was in reserve, guys.
Now, if this happens in your district, okay, where one of your representatives was threatened, how would you react? Securing, protests, petitions. Put it in the comments. How you would react if this happened to one of your senators or Congress people in your district.
And so that's what I'm thinking. Like, those people that know Marjorie Taylor Greene personally, they should be speaking out about how she's being treated. If she's being threatened, somebody should be speaking out on her behalf. Would you do that? Would you be willing to speak out, or would you be afraid that you would get threatened as well?
And that's crazy, because she was a loyal MAGA.
Yes.
She was a loyal Trumper. I mean, loyal. And now, because she's seeing the light. Now, we're not saying that some of the things that she's done in the past was the right thing, but everybody can change. When you see that you are making mistakes that's hurting your own people, you understand what I'm saying? Your own constituents, you're hurting them.
Yeah.
And she starts to realize that, hey, I'm not doing good for my people. So I don't care about what you other Republicans are doing, but I want to make sure the people that's in my district are going to be okay. So she starts fighting back, death threats. Now they want to hurt her.
Yeah. So
she feels like, hey, instead of me going through all this, let me get up out of this before I get unalived like some of them other Congress people that it done happened to already.
And this is the thing, guys. I may not, and Broker J3, or some of you guys may not have always agreed with what Marjorie Taylor Greene has said and what she stood for, but she's still a representative. She's still representing, I think she's in the House. Yeah, she's in the House. But so she's still a House representative. So her life is just as important as ours, regardless. And people should have a freedom of speech. She should be able to say what she wants to say. She should not have to agree with everything that President Trump says. If you don't agree with him, he's going to target you. That's just the bottom line.
And that's the crazy part about it, because I've said this so many times before. When I was growing up, we used to watch C-SPAN. And C-SPAN, what they used to do is they used to show you when the House and the Senate voted. And you see where it said Democrats 210, Republicans 149. Some say yay or nay, but it was across the board. Democrats and Republicans were both voting yes and no based off their constituents in their districts. Now, what we've been seeing the last few years is all the Democrats vote one way, all the Republicans vote one way. And you're trying to tell me of all these people in the House and the Senate that nobody thinks for themselves, everybody has to vote across the party line. If Trump say no, vote no for this, you vote no. Everybody will vote no to release the Epstein files until Trump realized, hey, we're going to put these people under investigation so that way we don't have to release these files. So, yeah, go ahead and vote yes to release them because we already got a catch-22 coming in about, another 20-something days from now?
They should be released on December 19th.
Yeah, they should be, but I'm telling you guys, it's going to be a snag. They're not going to get what they think they're going to get. I can tell you that right now. All
right, so shout out to our peaceful organizers that are fighting for justice and continue that fight. So we're going to take a look at the legal earthquake, the Epstein files, which is what we just mentioned briefly, and DOJ's humiliation.
All right. Now, Judge Tanya Chutkan ordered expedited the Freedom of Information Act, processing the documents related to the DOJ's handling of the Epstein files. Okay, now, the deadline, as Doc B said, compliance is December 19th.
And I think she went ahead and issued that order because we already know. And the reason she did that is because, just think about it, guys, Pam Bondi was all over the news saying that the Epstein files were on her desk. And then all of a sudden, they were gone. So that's why they went ahead and put that in place. You can't say that they're on your desk and now come back now and they're not submit it by the 19th and say you don't know where they are. You got to do some more processing. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so, and the real foolishness was when she realized that Trump's name was on the list and she told him. That's when the real chaos started because Trump had them. Pam Bondi was the one who came back and said, there's nothing in the Epstein files. Nobody's going to be under investigation because there's nothing there. But once the Epstein, some more of those files was released and some of those emails was released, then all of a sudden there's something there, but we're going to investigate only the Democrats that's on the list. We ain't going to investigate the number one person whose name mentioned more than anybody else's, Donald Trump.
Yeah.
We're not going to investigate him. We want to investigate all the Democrats. Forget the Republicans that's on the list or the independents that's on the list. Let's just deal with them Democrats. So they're going to get into that because I'm going to tell you right now, it's a lot of craziness going on.
Okay, guys. So the group called Democracy Forward says the only thing transparent about this administration is how clearly they continue to disregard our nation's law. They don't care nothing about breaking the law. They don't care anything about the Constitution. That's a direct call out. And you guys, if you've been following the news, you know that is obvious. They do not care anything about our Constitution and following the law.
Yeah, we got a president in office that doesn't care nothing about the Constitution. Our convicted felon in charge doesn't care anything about the Constitution. It's amazing how this man always talk about he wanna deal with crime and get the crime off the streets, but yet, he's a convicted felon himself. Why don't you get yourself out of office? Why don't you start with yourself, the man in the mirror first, okay? Now that was a direct quote, as Doc B said. The law says that the Attorney General, that's Pam Bondi, may not delay publication on the basis of embarrassment, reputational harm, or political sensitivity.
Okay, guys, I won't believe it until I see it. So they can hide behind they can't hide behind politics anymore. The files must come out. So December 19th is the date that those files should be released.
Yeah, but that's I'm still waiting for that because it's hard for me to believe it. Chris says, what is he said? All jokes to the side. I'm thinking about running for office myself. I'm from the University of Phoenix.
Okay, go
But you know what, Chris? Hey, you got more education than the president. So I think definitely if you feel like you want to do that, I suggest that you do.
So, guys, December 19th is the day that power meets accountability. And there have been some names floating around. And guess what? The survivors are ready. So once them files are released, they're ready to verify it.
Exactly.
They're going to verify those names.
All right, guys. So real quick, Hey, go ahead and do it, Chris. Hey. If you vote independent, I'll vote for you.
All right.
All right, audience. If you're a victim, or a family member, that's what does the release of the files mean to you? So imagine if you are a victim or you're a family member of one of the victims of the Epstein files, what does that mean to you? How does that make you feel knowing that the file supposed to come out and it may be some okie doke going on, that they'll try to do to prevent the full release of those files? Okay. How would you feel?
Okay, JJ Payne says, Epstein, do you think Clinton wants them released? Honestly, it's just like, I don't know if Clinton has spoken out. I've heard Clinton's name is in the Epstein files. I've heard that. I'm sure you guys have heard it as well. So, I don't know at what capacity his name is in the file.
And that's the crazy part. Yeah. That's the crazy part about all of this. We've all seen names that have been floated in regards to the Epstein list. Now, what's really crazy, remember back in July, Pam Bondi said ain't no names, ain't no list. It was a list, then it wasn't no list, but now they know it is a list. And it's a bunch of names that are being associated with that list. Mm-hmm. Now, this is the thing. Unless the victims have put those names as a part of the ones that hurt them, that means, because you got to remember, a lot of those names are just people that have associated with Epstein. That does not mean that they was involved in the pedophilia that was going on.
And this is the key to this, guys. There will be checks and balances. So, a lot of people say, well, the files may be rigged, Trump name may be erased, but guess what? The Epstein estate is out there. So you have to think about that. So that information that's in the Epstein estate versus the Epstein file, that information has to jive. If that information doesn't add up, then they're going to know something's wrong, guys. So there are checks and balances that are in place to make sure that information is accurate.
That's right. So again, big shout out, Big Sexy, Gorgeous, Daniel Jacobs.
Yeah, thank you for those gifts, guys.
I'm only me, 69, Washington, Jack Rock 42, Manuel Madrid. We appreciate you, Gary Haynes. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I got Robert Johnson, Leroy Henry. We're on multiple platforms again, guys. Remember, we may not be able to catch everybody, but we'll appreciate you. We'll appreciate the gifts. As always, make sure you follow our top gifters. That is one of the things that we ask. Please follow our top gifters. They will follow you back.
And we will follow you back as well.
And shout out to all of the brave survivors out there that have stepped forward. If you came on to the J&B Live show before, if you came back again today, shout out to you. We definitely appreciate your courage for stepping forward in regards to this.
Okay, guys, and to the supporters of justice everywhere, thank you for making it known, having a voice. We appreciate you. So now let's talk about this impeachment. They had a rally the other day. They were like, impeach, convict, and remove. That was the slogan everywhere. Some people want him out. So that impeachment buzz has been floating around, and we're going to take a look at those plans, guys.
That's right. So there is talk of impeachment. With the files coming out, the monumentum is truly building. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are just fed up, guys. I mean, it's already bad enough where we're already going through so much with inflation, the price hikes, the jobs. I mean, the low wages, the cost of living. It's so much already going on American people that people are just trying to survive. The last thing that we need is a president that's trying to create chaos and divide us as a nation and pit us against each other. We should have no reason to want to unalive each other. You're a Republican, I got to take you out. Or you're a Democrat, I got to take you. That is foolishness on such a great level. It just does not make sense.
You're right, Plug, saying, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but you are so right. Al Green is on fire with this impeachment plan. He wants Trump out.
Yes,
and
he
he's
does.
made it known.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. Okay, so this has become messy, and it's going to get even messier because Trump knows now that they want to impeach him. And so he's a little bit wary now, guys. He's scared now because he knows that they may have control of the House and Senate before midterms next year. And believe it or not, guys, if Democrats regain control of the House and the Senate, you can bet that they're going to impeach him. Now, they may not be able to impeach him right now when the Republicans are in charge, but then again, you never know. So, but that is the talk, that they want him out.
Yeah, and you're right, Jelly. So many presidents, including Reagan, which was so crazy, said that tariffs does nothing but hurt the people because it's a tax on the people. Them other countries don't give a damn personally about them tariffs because they already know it's not going to hurt them. It's going to hurt us because we're going to have to pay that extra cost. Yeah. We are.
And we do have a Trump supporter on here. We want to acknowledge them. We don't have a problem with that. Spirit blessed up. Nobody can do nothing to Trump. He's my president for life.
Okay.
And we see you.
And Spirit bless up. And there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. We say it all the time. There's nothing wrong if you are a Trump supporter. We said it early on our show. We do have MAGA people that join us.
Yeah.
But what we're talking about, we're just talking about some of the chaos that's happening in your party right now.
Yeah.
And your president is going through some changes right now with some of the things that's going on. So hopefully we'll be able to unpack some of that stuff. If you missed it, you can always go back and watch the first half of the show.
Yeah. And some people say he did some things right, but it's a lot I don't agree with. Okay, that everybody's entitled.
And I think that's
to their own opinion.
And that's what's happening with the Republican Party right now. A lot of them are actually having mixed feelings on what's going on right now. They want to support their president, but it's a lot of things that they're disagreeing with, especially when you have one of the presidents talking about unaliving and hanging politicians. That's, like I said, it's Dr. B said earlier, it's messy and it's political.
Okay, Miss Sugar said, please give me a follow back. So we see you.
We follow everybody that follow us. Yes. And also, if you follow our top gifters will always follow you back. So make sure you follow our top gifters. You know how we do on JB Live Podcast. We like to help you guys grow your community as well.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate your support. Keep those gifts, those comments coming. I'm glad you enjoy this topic, Miss Sugar. I like that name. So thank you guys for joining us again, and we appreciate you.
All right, guys. So this impeachment 2.0 might be closer than we think. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
So if you are in Congress, do you push for impeachment now, or do you wait to the release of those Epstein files? Comment in the chat and let us know. If you're in Congress or the Senate right now,
if you were,
or
just how do you feel about it now?
Or just in general, do you think they should push for impeachment now, or should they wait until the Epstein files come out? Comment and let us know.
You think he should be impeached? Now, the last time they tried that, guess what? They were unsuccessful. They tried
it twice.
They were unsuccessful. And more than likely, if they tried again, since the House is in control, right now, I don't see them being able to impeach him. Like I said, a lot of GOP have talked about, I think it was 40 plus, they said they're planning to resign. Congressmen, they won't be back. They're not going to go up for re-election. So, it could be near end. And they're saying that they may take over the House and the Senate before midterms next year. So we just don't know right now. But how do you feel about it? Do you think he needs to be impeached now, or should you wait to the release of the Epstein files?
Well, me personally, I don't like a lot of things he's doing already.
Somebody say he need to be sweet greens. They need to be out.
I don't like a lot of things that he's doing right now.
This minute.
I really don't. I mean, I'm a little on the fence myself. But when he called for the execution of those those ex-military people, to me that was just over the line. I thought that was completely uncalled for and unnecessary. Just because somebody disagrees with you, or what you guys may not know, you guys can actually look it up yourself. In the service code book, it tells them that they do not have to follow unlawful orders. It's in the Constitution.
But the most important part of this is when he said that they need to be hung. You got some people out there, those MAGA supporters, who believe that now.
Mm-hmm.
They may attempt to hang. And I heard they have extra security now. One of those 6 or all 6. Somebody may try to do that.
Now keep in mind.
And Guilford has already been she's already been shot.
We see what happened January 6th when they was trying to overturn the election results. From the president saying that they need to do something. And you see what they did. And because they followed his orders to go do something, what did he do once he got back in office? He pardoned every last one of them. And so many of them already are back in jail
again
for crimes that they committed after
he pardoned. It's crazy, guys. It is. So again, let us know. Several of you say that you don't want J.D. Vance because if he's impeached, then that would make J.D. Vance the president. Some of you say you don't want J.D. Vance to become the next president. And a lot of people share that same sentiments. They don't want J.D. Vance to be running the country. They say he's worse than Trump.
Let's say Literal Beans 58 said the MAGA cult are following, do everything he says.
Okay.
Yeah, they listen. I've never seen a cult as dangerous as MAGA before because I mean, this man, this president lies all the time. I mean, even if you are Republican or MAGA that's in the live today, you cannot tell me that you know for a fact that Trump had never lied to you. He lies all the time. All the time.
Okay. Yeah. So this is something that you want to think about. Now, this is why we bring you guys this podcast, because we want you to be informed. I have 3 adult children, 3 grandchildren. And so, they're saying now the country is such a mess that it may take years for us to rebound. So we're educating people because just like my children need to know what's going on, Broker J3 has several children, adult children as well, and younger children. We want to inform people so that they are empowered, so they are prepared. And just like one of the young men that posted saying that, a lot of people, have decided to move abroad. We just want to provide you that information so that you know what's going on in your country.
And we always say this, and we'll continue to say it. Don't listen to everybody's information that they give you. We tell you guys all the time, don't believe what we tell you. Research it for yourself. Yeah. And just because Trump or your favorite politician or Fox News or whoever you get your information from, regardless what they tell you, research it for yourself. Always. Do not just believe it because they told you. This is not like the news when we grew up, when we used to watch Geraldo and all those news people back in the day. Most of them passed away now. That was actually on the scenes when wars was going on. And they was telling you everything that happened. Now something can happen and you won't know. You'll find out online about it before you find it on regular news.
Now, someone made a comment that I thought was interesting. He said that he or she said that all of them lie. I saw Jeffrey lies.
Yeah.
Newsom lies.
Mike Johnson lies. Hakeem Jeffries. And you know what? I agree with you. Listen. They're politicians. They will lie to you to get their point across. That's why we always say, make sure you check the facts and do your own research. That's why we say that all the time. Yeah. And Doc B will tell you, I always jump on them Democrats all the time. All the time because they are some liars too. They are. That's why we're in a country where we can have multiple parties. It doesn't have to just be Democrat or Republican. I know they try to have the Green, the Independent, and the Libertarian Party. They try their best, but they just don't go any further because so many people are so consumed with Democrat and Republican. Yeah. Now, I'm finna shoot some knowledge to a lot of you people that's in the room, some of you African Americans in the room. When we was first able to vote, do y'all remember what party most of the African Americans part of?
Republican.
Yeah. Because the Democrats, they were part of that Confederate. They didn't want blacks voting, period. It's amazing how it done shifted to where the Republicans now don't care much about African Americans.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot. That's why we say do your homework.
Do your own research.
Like I said, you made an excellent point. They all will lie. Sometimes they will tell you exactly what you want to hear. Just like Trump is telling you now that the grocery prices are down. He don't
buy groceries, so how did he really know what the prices are?
And he don't mind tooting his own horn. But you don't have to just believe what he says. You know the grocery price is not down. You've been to the grocery store. So that's why we say do your research. If you don't know, go out and find out. Because people sometimes tell you, politicians will tell you what you want to hear.
That's right. Mm-hmm. So let's go ahead and jump into this. The military, Trump, and a reality check, okay? Now, the military insiders are uneasy with Trump's behavior, and we already know why. Mm-hmm. Now, that's a serious signal in itself.
Yes, it is. And a lot of them went to those 6 Democratic representatives because some of them were uncomfortable with what they were being asked to do. Mm-hmm. In other words, being sent to, like the National Guard, being sent to attack their own people. They were uncomfortable with that. So that's why they went to those 6 Democratic representatives to let them know how they feel. So when the backbone of the nation questions leadership, it's a red flag. Faith and prayer matters here, guys. It matters in the United States.
Exactly. So guys, imagine this. Boots on the ground are whispering. The MAGA power is under scrutiny.
Mm-hmm. They done lit fire under that MAGA party because a lot of people said, hey, I don't want to be affiliated with a pedophile who will eventually become a lame duck and could possibly affect me getting reelected. Okay, they will cast you aside in a New York minute.
Exactly. And me and Doc B both have grown kids that have served in the military. Mm-hmm. My oldest son was in the Navy, and Doc B, your oldest son, was in the Army. So, all right.
So, guys, say if you served or you know someone who did, how do you feel about this tension? If we have anyone that's online right now who's been in the military, share with us how you feel about this tension, how you feel about Trump saying, accusing them of sedition and saying that they need to be hung. And then, of course, he's attacking and investigating Mark Kelly first. How do you feel about that?
Drop it in the chat and let us know. And big shout outs to all our military family that's in the chat right now or that may watch the live later. You know, shout out to you guys. We appreciate your service and we thank you and we hear you.
Okay, guys. So how do you feel about that? And to the veterans, keeping truth alive. Thank you. Thank you. And it's important that we all know what's going on. So thank you for your service and thank you for having a voice.
All right, guys. So as we come into our final segment of the show, you know, we want to give another final shout out to our viewers, Ms. Nell, Dennis.
Thank you for the gifts.
Love. Thank you for the gift. Make sure you guys are following our top gifters. Make sure you're following our top gifters. Okay. Shout out to Tommy Brown.
Yes, thank you.
Charlie and John. Shout outs to you guys. Shout out to all of you guys that joined us today. We really appreciate it. Resignations, attacks, DOJ pressure. This isn't a theater, guys. This is happening in real life.
Okay, guys. So sit back. I hope you got your popcorn. The power is shifting. Just think about it. Last week was a terrible week for the GOP. I mean, it was awful. So MAGA's empire may be falling or it may be pivoting at this point.
Yeah, well, Jelly, you were never gonna see those tariff checks. You know, that's you.
I'm still waiting on my $5,000 Doge check.
Listen. Let me wake you up on game. And if some of you MAGA people, you know, maybe you can help with this as well. Now, Trump has claimed that tariffs have brought in $18 trillion.
Yeah.
18 trillion. So if the deficit, the national deficit right now is at like $36 trillion. So if you brought in 18 trillion, why hasn't the deficit changed? Where is this money that has come in from these tariffs?
Okay. All right. So I'm waiting on my $5,000 Doge check. I'm also waiting on my $2,000 tariff check. That's what he's promised us.
Well, the Doge is no more.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But they did away with Doge. But I still want my check. You said I was going to get it. So that's a total of $7,000. That's what he promised us. See, guys, this is what he's saying. He tells you what you want to hear. Soon as he got in office, he was promising to give the American people this, to give the American people that. That was just a ploy. And it was really just a distraction, guys. That's all it was. You're not going to get that. I'm sorry, but you're not going to get that money.
Yeah. So don't look for it. It's not coming.
No,
It's not coming. So faith tells us accountability, it truly matters. Okay. Redemption only comes with truth. All right.
Okay, guys, so according to Democracy Forward, Trump has repeatedly, he said all the time, said he would release the files, and yet they continue to hide them from the American people. Now, guys,
he campaigned on
this. But I kid you not, guys. Now, I can almost guarantee you, the closer, they're not going to say one word until December 19th.
Yeah.
You ain't going to hear jack.
Then they're going to say
December 19th going to say they can't release the files.
Due to investigation,
an open investigation.
Yeah.
That's going to be Pam Bondi who's going to say that. And see, he's going to have her say that because she's going to be the guinea pig for not releasing the files. And guess what? She's going to do what he tells her to do because she fears losing her job.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing because the Attorney General is supposed to be working for the people. But like we said, this man has put people in his administration that are loyal to him, not the Constitution, not the American people, but loyal to him. So if he says do this, hey, when she told him that his name was in the files, what did he do? He had her, Kash Patel, FBI's, and all them redacting and removing his name from the files. Of course, he forgot about the emails.
He couldn't do that
about the emails.
That would come from the Epstein estate.
It came from the Epstein estate.
Yeah.
All right. Final shout outs again. Guys, drop those comments and let us know how you feel. Share your thoughts with other viewers so they'll know how you feel in regards to what we talked about today. And we will always, read your comments, and sometimes we'll even have a chance to read them on air, as you guys seen today, especially some of you new people that may have joined us for the first time.
Yeah, somebody said, I have to read this comment. Money Love said they will never be seen. Not how he looks out for wealthy people. And that is what they have alluded to. It's a lot of wealthy people that's on that list, and that's who he's protecting.
Yeah.
I've heard that same thing as well. But like I said, December the 19th, I do not look for those files to be released. It's just a bottom line. I think they're going to come up with some type of
plan. But
release.
It's a lot of shadiness going on with that in general because I'm gonna point it out. I said it about a week ago, and I'm gonna say it again. Now, when those emails came out, because prior to that there was nothing to investigate. But when those emails came out, and we found out that Trump spent hours at the Epstein estate with Virginia Giuffre. Mm-hmm. Now, this is the young lady that unalived herself. Now, ask yourself, everybody that could put their finger on information, receipts that can hurt a powerful person, it's amazing how they've been unalived. Look at Jeffrey Epstein. Now, he could have hurt a lot of people, but he supposedly unalived himself, and the cameras was having issues during that time, which is foolishness in itself. Mm-hmm. Then look at this young lady, supposedly claim, hey, she didn't say nothing about Trump, but at the same time, what if she was threatened?
Okay, all right, Erica, thank you for that gift.
Appreciate
that was nice,
yeah.
Thank you.
But what if she was threatened? What if she was put in a situation where she was scared for her life? Look at Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah.
Now she's a House representative, and she's scared for her life.
Yeah.
So imagine if you were somebody that don't have that kind of recognition or power as Marjorie, as Virginia, she didn't know what to do. She probably could have unalived herself because she was in a bad situation.
Yeah.
But again, hey, just hearsay. But I'm just saying, guys, you can't take everything for what it is until the facts come out.
Yeah, and I do want to bring this up because we talked about Marjorie Taylor Greene and her resignation, but a lot of Democrats were saying, you know, we've been on Trump's bad side for years, and we didn't just quit. And she's been on his bad side for a week.
About a month, half.
Maybe a month. If you think a month, okay, a month, and she bailed. You know, so I don't know if that's a weakness or that's a it could.
No, it's fear.
It's fear
because she knows she probably has an inside track on what could happen to her. You know, think about it again. Go back to it. Yeah. What happened to Epstein?
Yeah.
What happened to Virginia?
True. That's true.
You know, these are people that supposedly had a full life to live. Epstein was a billionaire, guys.
Yeah, he was.
This guy had no reason to want to unalive himself. Come on, let's be real.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the camera's not working when this guy unalive himself. Yeah. Serious? At the same, who knew that he was going to unalive himself for the camera to be messed up exactly when it was happening? Come on, guys. Come on now. That's not.
Now we do have a Get Her Done that says Democrats' mission is nothing but hating on Trump.
No, I wouldn't. Now I can't speak for all Democrats because I don't know.
Yeah. And it goes both ways.
And that being said, I'm always beating up the Democrats. I'm always beating up the Democrats. I don't think that's the case. You know, Get Her Done. Think about this. You know, think about this. Even if you're a MAGA, think about this. Think about the man in general. You know, do you honestly believe yourself that Trump cares about the American people? You see what he's done to the farmers. You see what he's doing to people's health care. He didn't even want to give people SNAP benefits. You know what's funny? Trump didn't even realize that the majority of people that's on SNAP benefits are in the rural red states.
Yeah.
He didn't even know that.
Okay, CO Fly Chica, thank you for this comment. Somebody said he's not dead. I've heard that before. We're talking about Jeffrey Epstein. That's been floating around as well. I don't know because just think about it. He had no reason, like Broker J3 said, to unalive himself. He had plenty of money. Just think about it. He was planning to do a couple of years and then go home. Yeah,
he already had a sweetheart deal already. So it just didn't make sense. Something just don't add up about that.
Okay, guys. So let's take a look at, I did hear my final thoughts, that MAGA GOP is really vulnerable right now because the GOP is weakening. Okay, so that's what's happening. It's weakening. It's in turmoil. It's in chaos. And that opens the door for real change because it's a weakness for them. So you got powerful resignations. You got a lot of secret with those Epstein files, and the system pressures are reshaping politics. Guys, we have got to stay involved. We have to stay engaged as believers and citizens of the United States because this is our country and community members. You need to know what's going on in your community as well. Justice and accountability are bigger than politics. They are essential. We have to have them. So stay vocal. We got to stay prayed up, guys, every single day and demand a future that's built on truth.
That's right. And guys, these are my final thoughts to today's topic, okay? I never thought that I'd see MAGA starting to eat itself alive, personally. But here we are. The Epstein files, the resignations, talks of impeachment, it's all affects this nation. Thank you for the gift. It all affects this nation. Unchecked power is dangerous.
Yes, it is.
And right now, the MAGA institutions, they are pressured right now. And it all starts from the top. It all starts from the top. Your voice, your vote, which a lot of you guys did last week, showed them last week what that vote can do. And your faith, it really does matter. So don't stay silent, guys. Push for change. Stand firm and speak truth. Forget all that rhetoric. Speak truth. I'm Broker J3. and the future depends on us.
Yes, it does, God. Yes, it does. So thank you guys for being vigilant. Thank you guys for being a part of the JNB Live. This episode has been awesome. You guys are
amazing.
Yes,
and for all, make sure you guys are following our top gifters. You know how we do it. Follow our top gifters.
Yes.
Now, you guys, we love it. Whether you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, that's why JNB Live is here. Because we want everybody involved. Because we know we don't all have to agree with one another, but we can all still communicate and talk to one another. You see how MAGA is in the chat.
Yeah.
MAGA, Republicans, they're here.
Yeah.
Democrats are here. We're all talking.
Mm-hmm.
We're all hashing it out.
Yeah.
We're not calling for anybody to be unalive.
Yeah, because everybody has a voice and we don't have to always agree.
Yeah.
We can agree to disagree.
Yeah, and we don't kick people out the room because they don't agree with what we're saying. Mm-hmm. That is not what you do.
No, that's not. So guys, take a screenshot of your favorite quote if you have it readily available. Let us know something that you use to get from day to day or something that really just motivates you. Share it on our story. Remember, you can tag us at Live with JNB. So let's make this episode go viral, guys. Thank you.
All right, guys. Make sure you guys hit that follow. Yeah. Make sure you guys jump over to YouTube. Remember, the YouTube link is in the bio. No matter what social media platform you guys may be on right now, go to YouTube Live with JNB and make sure you guys subscribe. We are trying to get to our 5,000 subscribers, so make sure you guys help us get there. And don't sleep on these topics, guys. Don't sleep on these topics. We're doing real work here.
Okay, guys. Thank you again for the gifts. Thank you for your voices, your comments, your time. Because you didn't have to. There's thousands and thousands of podcasts that are out there. So thank you guys for joining us. Okay, I am your girl, your favorite auntie, Dr. B.
And of course, I'm your boy. That guy, your favorite uncle, Broker J3.
All right.
And like always, let's talk